Hello and welcome back to Mystic Challenge. Well, just before we meet our next mystery guest, let me tell you that our second pair of Mystic Masters are tarot card reader Chris Forster and clairvoyant Tina Morgan. Now, they can't hear anything, and as the doors close on our Mystic booth, they can't see anything either. So it's now safe to say hello to today's celebrity mystery guest, English cricket's wild child, Phil Tufnell. Phil, what a pleasure.
Hello, mate, how are you?
And welcome to the
Good to see you.
Okay, now, are you a believer in things paranormal, in the psychic and the mystic?
Not really, no. It'll take a lot to convince me, I think. But I'm looking forward to it. I'm you know, open mind.
Well, for it to work, we've got to get some details about you. First of all, tell me about your childhood. Were you a happy kid? What were you like at school? Yeah,
I mean, I was a bit of a rebel. I got slung out of a couple of schools along the way. Not through my fault necessarily. I think I was a little bit misunderstood.
What a surprise that is.
Yeah, that's right. But yeah, I had a pretty good, good home life and stuff, and enjoyed all my sport and everything.
Have you got brothers, sisters?
Yeah, I've got an older brother.
Right, okay. And then, were you keen on sport at school? Did you always want to be a cricketer?
Yeah, I think I always wanted to be, football in the winter and cricket and whatever in the summer. So wanted to try and do that. I didn't particularly want to be anything, but yeah, I was always interested in the sport.
Did your mum and dad work as you were growing up? What did they do?
Yeah, my dad was a silversmith. My mum was just looking after me and my brother, really.
Now, that's one of those crafts that sometimes runs in families. Did you ever think of going into that?
What, looking after children?
No, the silversmith side of things.
No, yeah, I did a little bit of work for my dad for a couple of years, and then got noticed and what have you with the cricket, and then kind of left that. My dad sort of pushed me, sort of told me to get out of the silver trade and go and have a run about and play some cricket.
And what were the big moments in your career? Presumably being picked for England that first time must have been unbelievable.
Yeah, that was great, obviously, and then just playing well and, getting some wickets and, bowling out Australia and the first tour, Ashes tour.
Yes!
Yes. So, they were pretty good times.
Okay, let's turn now to the old relationship side of things. How many serious relationships would you say you've had in your life?
Probably about 2 or 3 serious relationships.
And have you got children?
Yeah, I've got 2 little girls.
Very good. What ages are they?
About 3 and 8.
Right, so you're 3 and 8 kids, two children. How are you with money? Are you a sound investor? Do you look after yourself?
I'm pretty good with money. I'm pretty generous with it, down the pub buying a few beers for the lads and stuff, but not too wild with it. Now,
I've said you're outspoken, and you've, been no stranger to controversy in your career. Is that something you do and you're not aware that you're being controversial, or is there an element of wind-up in it? Are you a bit of a mischievous character, would you say?
Yeah, I don't set out to upset anyone, really, you know what I mean? I just sort of, if there's a load of rubbish being talked, I'm going to put my hand up and say you're talking a load of rubbish.
No, I've heard you commentating. I know you write, you do articles and stuff.
Yeah.
Do you want to do more on that side of things? What's the plans for the future?
Yeah, I'd like to do that. I mean, as you say, getting a bit older and going to have to hang the boots up probably in 2 or 3 years' time. And so I'd like to stay in the game in some, bit of commentating and whatever.
And what would you say your real ambitions are? Have you got any unfulfilled ambitions?
No, not really. I haven't got too many ambitions, just to be, have a nice time.
And who do you rate in the world of cricket today? Who do you think are good players?
Good players today, I rate Ian Botham, really, because he's a big mate of mine and he does a lot for the charity and stuff, and I've got a lot of respect for him. Apart from that, I don't really kind of admire any other cricketers. They're all just out there, having a game of bat and ball, really.
OK, we're going to send you back to the pavilion, but just for the moment, if you can go and conceal yourself for the moment. Phil Tufnell, thank you very much. Back behind the screen. Because now it's time for our Mystic Masters to take up their challenge. Let's see who will get most of Phil's life story right. And first up is tarot card reader Chris Forster. Now, the only information Chris has to work with is a set of tarot cards chosen by our mystery guest, who was in heavy disguise at the time. He has not spoken to our guest. Please welcome Chris Forster. Oh, what a suit! Chris, looking very vibrant. Take a seat, Chris. You match our cushions there, Chris. OK, you're going to have 90 seconds to talk us through a profile of our mystery guest. What areas do you want to focus on?
OK, I'd like to look at career, health and relationships.
Career, health and relationships. Your 90 seconds starts now.
In career, this is a man of physical force. He could be a person of arms, and he may appear cloaked and robed. I feel he's been to Las Vegas, seen the good life. He could risk court action because he doesn't always attend to detail. But he has competition conflict around him, and he needs to use every ounce of strength he has to avoid disasters. risking a beating in a chosen career from a rival that doesn't always act rationally. He's a professional sportsman. He's involved with sport as a career and its violence. Particularly cricket, but also soccer and rugby. Shouldn't be violent, but they are. To win in his work is spiritual perfection. He's good at striking new business deals and has travelled a lot abroad. In health, he's got good balance on his feet and great destructive energy. Sometimes his vision could be impaired. He may have problems with the retina. His rib cage is a vulnerable area and he may have an irregular heartbeat. Sometimes he eats the wrong kind of food, the fast burgers, fast food. In relationships, I see him as married and a dynamic lover. Ooh. But this person doesn't want to be tied down. I feel there is one daughter who is a fire sign, a Leo, Aries or Sagittarius. I feel he's with someone who's expecting at the moment. And he'll have a family home one day that's big enough to be a farmland. And also feel he has a half-brother.
Nice rounded picture there. We're going to find out how accurate it is in just a moment. Thank you, Chris, ladies and gentlemen. Next, we're joined by Chris's opponent, clairvoyant Tina Morgan. Earlier today, Tina spent just 20 minutes in the presence of our heavily disguised mystery guest, and again, not a word was spoken. So please welcome Tina Morgan. Tina. Take a seat, Tina. Now, you didn't speak earlier, but we're now going to give you 90 seconds to give us a profile of our celebrity guest. And once again, I'd like you to tell me what categories you want to focus on.
Right, I'm focusing on childhood, money and health.
Childhood, money and health. Good luck, Tina. Your 90 seconds starts now.
In childhood, there may have been health problems in his family while he was growing up, especially relating to his mother, to whom he was very close. He had problems with communication at school and was under a lot of peer pressure. He was an unconventional child and liked to be number one at everything. He had and still has a forceful personality. He was very sporty at school and was also interested in science. He didn't have any direction as far as his career was concerned until maybe his late teens. He's also very good with his hands, quite dexterous. Money-wise, he's just had either a lump sum of money or just about to receive one, and he has been in transition for the last 2 years with his career and has been up and down with money. He does tend to overspend. He can't always budget very well and may be a little over-generous. He may have lost something recently, like paperwork or his wallet whilst travelling, and I also see property matters being very important this year. He has had a lot of financial commitments in the last year, particularly on travel or on vehicles. And on that note, I feel his career takes him all over the world. He's a big people person. He loves to communicate, although sometimes he can be outspoken. I feel he is doing a lot of soul searching with his career at the moment and is reviewing all his options. With his health, I feel he has lower back problems, and this may be related to his work. I see a lot of repetitive moving forward and backwards. He may also have a history of heart disease in the family, and I'm a little bit concerned about his future cardiovascular system. He's a lot of physical energy, but he can be self-indulgent. He does everything to excess. And as a child, he was probably getting minor accidents, lumps, bumps and bruises. He's a highly sexual person and can sometimes not get satisfaction from his relationships. He may always be searching for something more.
Thank you, Tina. Well done. 90 seconds to the second there. Well, the moment of truth has arrived, and it's time to find out how right our mystics were about our mystery guest. Please welcome top English bowler, Phil Tufnell. Oh, Phil.
How do you do? Nice to see you.
Take a seat, Phil. Okay, so you're a dynamic lover.
Yeah.
Highly sexual.
The missus
with a lot of repetitive motion forward and backward. What's going on there, sir?
The wife will be phoning up. She wants to know what I've been getting on.
Okay, now they both got this highly sexual side of things, but they had quite a different summation. Although this idea of physical force came up, and using, you know, your strength and using your arms and stuff was good. Also, of course, Tina picked up on outspoken.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, I mean, it's fun, you know, because when you're on a cricket field, you know, it's a kind of, I know it's a team game, but it is one-on-one with the bowler and the batter, and it is a real kind of mind game and stuff. And so, you know, it's not necessarily just the physical kind of side of it, but you do have to kind of really outthink the batter.
Let's go through a few specifics from the both. And Chris, of course, used to physical sports. He said definitely a professional sports person.
Yeah.
Seemed to be edging maybe towards boxing, but then he said cricket, and possibly soccer and rugby. Do you play other games as well? Yeah,
you know, so interested in all sports. Played football, never done any boxing, but, you know, enjoy watching it. But, yeah, football, cricket, all sports.
And a person of arms, was that to do with the tarot card and the physicality, or was it just the tarot?
The kind of competitor that you're against, and this use of a Mars-like energy of force all the time, one against one. And you're always up against a cunning enemy. And sometimes you could be against a batsman who do something you just wouldn't expect.
Correct. Yeah,
and that's what
how
you're
about
against.
Chris only saw one daughter, and he mentioned a fire. What sign is she?
She's a fish.
A fish. Oh, right, okay. So, not, but, you know, got one of the daughters there.
Yeah.
And it's not a half-brother you've got, though, is it?
No, I've got one brother, older brother.
Right. Are you expecting an addition to the family?
I hope not. Not at the moment.
Okay, and how about moving? Maybe ending up somewhere that could be big enough for a farm or countryside?
Yeah, I've just moved house. Nice big house, yeah. So, yeah, spot on there.
Okay, and of course the junk food. Are you a junk food fan?
Well, just like everyone.
Okay, let's go now to Tina. Sporty at school as well, but also liked a bit of science and good with your hands, because you did work as a silversmith, so you're dexterous. Were you interested in science at school?
Not really so much at science, a little bit of biology here and there. But was good with my hands, and I enjoyed all the artsy stuff.
Okay, and without joking about it again, it is absolutely true, of course, back and forth from the wicket and stuff. And
Yeah,
lots of action there.
Yeah.
Any lower back problems ever?
No, I haven't had any lower back problems. As I say, got bad shoulders and bad knees, but...
Okay, and how about money? We saw a lump sum somewhere recently.
Yeah, I've just had my benefit year for Middlesex, of which I've just received a lump sum of money.
Ooh, lots for the jury to go on, though, but for the moment, give them a round of applause. Chris and Tina.
Very good. Very good.
It's time to hear from Ian and the jury. Take it away, big fella.
Well, the jury was completely split down the middle, so I've got to bowl the extra over. And while Chris knew that Phil was a cricketer, we thought he bowled a few wides as well, so giving it to Tina because she had everything right.
I thought it was too close to call, but they've had to make a decision, and it's congratulations to Tina, ladies and gentlemen. Commiserations to Chris. So close. So close. So you've got to watch out for your lower back, your eyes, and you may soon have a new baby. Now, we hope you've enjoyed your time on the show, and congratulations. Great to see you. Phil Tufnell, ladies and gentlemen. And our thanks, of course, to Chris and to Tina. Commiserations once again, Chris. When you saw the sportsman, was that right? Were you thinking maybe of boxing? Because you mentioned Las Vegas as well.
From the start, I feel this is a man who's got conflict, and it wouldn't matter what sport it was, it's about personal conflict, and I think it did lead into violence at times.
Okay, we can't go into that now, but thanks once again to everyone. Thanks to you for watching. See you the next time.